been trying to learn to mew recently.
Why?
Because I just feel like everyone can do it, but I can't do it.
You have to like raise your tongue to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, I can't do it.
No, you're not. What's happening, guys? We have watched Signs.
We watched
by M. Night
Signs.
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
One of the most pivotal names in I guess not pivotal. The most recognizable names in horror, with films such as The Happening. Sixth Sense. I'm not gonna get into my Happening things right now, man. We're not ready for that. The Sixth Sense. He did Glass, Split, Unbreakable, and many others. Recently, it feels like he's having a bit of a maybe career renaissance is not the word, but I think a little bit of a career renaissance, but more or less of a critical revision. Because when I was a young boy, he was always used as a bit of a joke because kids my age did not like the Avatar: The Last Airbender film. He did direct it. People also have been shitting on The Happening for years, but Sixth Sense has been revered. Unbreakable is very much loved. He came out with Trap this year.
Yeah.
Which I have not seen.
I haven't, but I hear it's another M. Night movie. I hear that Josh, what's his name? Sorry, the lead is really good.
Yeah,
and then M. Night's work is not good, but he is like the guy. If you think about his portfolio, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I find M. Night a charming man, an affable man. I like the movies I've seen.
Yeah.
Signs included. I think this movie is very, very good.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it is
so freaking good.
It's great. And I did not expect it to make me a little bit emotional.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Whenabouts were you the most sort of, what moments do you think you were like peak emotion?
I wasn't crying, but I was feeling quite despondent. I felt for this family. It seemed like they were going through a lot. But there was a scene, I want to say in like the middle of the film, where the family are sitting on the couch, the children are sleeping, they're watching the news. Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson's character, they're like whispering, talking to each other. Mm-hmm. And Mel Gibson is basically talking about how much he doesn't believe in God anymore, and how he feels so faithless because his wife was taken from him, and this apocalypse is happening. And I thought, damn, man.
Fucking hard. It's hard, doesn't it? And also like Joaquin's performance in that scene where he's like, I need you to be that optimistic brother right now. You've always been that guy and now you're not. I don't know what to do. It's like my heart.
Yeah.
I forgot how good it was. I think I watched it too young. I didn't appreciate it. But one of my earliest memories of like being scared was that shot where the alien walks past.
Dude.
When it's like the kid's birthday out the window. That's like the earliest memory I have of like watching a movie and being like genuinely quite scared of it.
That scene
I thought it was real.
Creepy.
It's so convincing. Obviously now, shows his age a bit.
It still looks cool to me.
But within the context, exactly. It still looks so cool. That movie just hits so hard, yeah.
I've seen scenes like that in a couple of Koji Shiraishi films. The man who did, you've seen the found footage movie, which I'm too scared to say the name of. We watched it.
Shit. Yeah.
That guy, he's in his short, in his like web series, not web series, but like, he did like a fake documentary series of random, like, what do you call it? Folklore tales or folklore like cultural icons in Japan, and there's a lot of scenes which look like this with the found footage, and it was like, oh, that's Koji Shiraishi. I feel like he might have been tapped into M. Night's world slightly, which makes me appreciate both a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, it's like my favorite thing about Signs is how grounded it is, and how you don't see like the easy / expensive route would have been to have you see everything on the TV, like you see this like invasion and you see all this stuff, and I love how you just see it like as you would see it if you were in that house with them. Like, you don't, like, the fact that you don't see the full body alien until the end is so cool.
Yeah, it's really
you know what
great.
I mean? And like how it's always done through shadows and like, and it's so good. I just,
M. Night,
yeah.
I think I liked how introspective it seemed to get about concept of losing one's faith and how like the apocalypse, well, the world is around Mel Gibson's characters crushing in, and like it seems it's basically essentially representing his loss of faith and what he used to know. What around him is crushing. He's being crushed. It's quite a deep movie, and I was wondering if like I know M. Light went to Catholic school, so I was wondering if he's trying to reconcile with his own faith a little bit, which makes me appreciate the film a lot more.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, I watched a little interview with him on I think his on the making of Signs. I watched a bit of that, and I think he mentioned that, and I was like, very cool. M. Night, what an introspective man.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what was your like favorite sort of scene?
I think my favorite scene was the revelation of the alien when Joaquin Phoenix is on it. It's really sick, man. It's so cool. The fuck out a little bit.
Yeah, like the reaction is so real. The alien footage.
I don't associate M. Night with like being particularly terrifying, which I think is probably a bit ignorant on my end. I haven't seen all of his filmography.
But The Village as well, he did, right?
Yeah, he did The Village.
That's good. I like The Village. Yeah,
you should watch that again. I should watch it for the first time.
There's just like, there's so much more to digest this time around because I'm older. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I was just not really invested, but I love how. I mean, this is a very simple and obvious take, but I love how the title of the film leans into the outcome of the film.
Yeah,
like we're always looking for signs, and are you a person that believes in coincidence or fate? And the whole movie we like fed these little drips about like the last words his wife said, and the water thing with the daughter being like it's contaminated, and then obviously that all pays off in the end in that final act. Just like all those things come to happen. It's so cool.
It's quite cheesy, but I think the film earns its right to have a cheesy ending. I don't know. It's very endearing. It's nice to see it all come together.
Yeah,
M. Night, he loves his fucking foreshadowing. We got it maybe at its best here.
Yeah, and it's like it's not a twist as well. I feel like this movie didn't really have a twist. It was more like a revelation.
Yeah,
that felt twisty. No, but for me, the twist in this film, if every M. Night movie has a twist in it, let's say, for me it was that, and I forgot it happened. And I remember when it happened, I was watching it, I actually gasped, and it's that bit when you think it's over, and then he pans the TV cassette set round, and you see the alien have the suction thing to his son. And you see the reflection. When that happened, I forgot that happened. I gasped, man. I was like,
that scene was so cool.
It's so cool.
I wrote a little note about that.
Yeah.
What did I write? Yeah, I think I was just cheesing about how fucking sick that was. I don't know. It's just I thought it was so smart to have the alien just in the background.
And even when you finally see the alien, it's in the reflection, and then we finally see it. And that tension, that scene felt like it goes on forever.
Yeah.
And that's another sign, is like his son has asthma.
Yeah.
And he forgot his medicine. And if he would have remembered his medicine, his lungs would have worked and he would have died. But because he didn't take his medicine, he was having an asthma attack. He didn't take in the poison. Signs. Bro.
so many signs. The more I think about it, I think the more influence that Koji Shiraishi has, I think the more influence M. Night has had on Koji Shiraishi than I thought.
Really?
Because this all sounds like shit Koji Shiraishi has done. He loves this fucking setting up. Oh, M. Night does it in such a like, I don't know, when it happens, you're like, of course that's why it happened. In the moment, it's all so fucking cool. M. Night, man. I think I love you. I need to watch more of your shit. I need to see the damn Village.
I think with the M. Night thing, you need to go back. Yeah. Respect where he started to appreciate the stuff he makes now. If you can appreciate the stuff he makes now. Because his early portfolio is like, let me just pull it up, because it is just like, there's a reason he keeps getting to make movies regardless of what they review. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's earned that credit in the same way that like Francis Ford Coppola could make Megalopolis because he's the guy. So if you look at 19 movies, bro, it's crazy. Yeah, true. So it was like Unbreakable, Signs, The Village, The Happening, all like in a 8-year period.
Yeah.
But then he did The Last Airbender, After Earth.
I heard After Earth is pretty good, man.
But then he did The Visit, and I quite like The Visit. Have you seen The Visit?
That's his found footage one, right?
Yeah, the one. Well, kind of found footage. It's the one about the grandparents. They go visit the grandparents, and something's wrong with them. It's really good. I really loved that one.
Honestly,
and then he did
Split
Split Glass. Knock at the Cabin.
I'm very excited to see Split. I can't lie. I'm so excited to see Split.
Oh, I think it's producer credits. My bad. Shit.
He did.
It's the same. It's the same. He produces everything. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Knock at the Cabin. I've heard that's amazing. From
I would say it was
my friends who I trust very much.
Amazing?
Yeah, I've heard it's fucking great.
But he also did a TV series called The Servant. It's got loads of really good reviews. So he's such a like he is the epitome of like freaking hit and miss. Do you know what I mean? Like he either hits or he misses. He's the Marmite of directors.
Honestly, the stuff I've seen, he's hit. And
watch The Happening. I mean, to be fair, The Happening hits.
I've seen The Happening. I like The Happening.
Actually, like low key. But do I like it because it's good?
I'm scared to say it here because I didn't want people to fucking like come at me. I don't know if we have any viewers at this point, but I didn't want to pitch first. I didn't want my credibility to get destroyed. But no, The Happening is a fucking good movie, man.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking that The Happening, like the reason the acting's so shit from Mark Wahlberg's side is because he didn't want to do it?
I'm not entirely sure of the story.
Like I've heard like different things over the internet, but like he apparently just didn't want to do it, so he like did a shit acting, and then M Night like twisted it and actually made it good because the Mark Wahlberg is actually the best part of that movie.
That's genius, man. If that happened,
because he's like so fucking funny.
All of the quote unquote bad acting makes the film so much more endearing and funny. I think,
big time.
And also the atmosphere of the film is really cool. I think he portrays the terror pretty well. For what it's worth.
Yeah,
Happening is gonna give it a thumbs up. I have to say, Mel Gibson was really good in this. Mel Gibson was great.
You know what? I wrote that down too. One of my notes is like, I didn't realize Mel Gibson could do a character that was so like understated.
He killed it.
He was so good in this. He was so believable, and he was so like real, and he's not like over the top, and you can just feel this like real like anger bubbling under his character the whole time.
Yeah, this quiet pain. He's most tortured in the dinner scene where like everyone's eating.
It
and
all comes to
they just stop eating
breaks.
because they realize it's their last dinner, so they stop eating, and he fucking like tries to force him to eat, and he just breaks down in tears, and everyone has to comfort him. I thought, oh man, God, Mel, he's
so good. Same with Joaquin Phoenix's character, man. Like you don't need to know a lot about him, but you just know enough.
Yeah, it was nice to see him get his baseball back as well.
Yeah.
It was this family's a likable family, I thought.
They're all super sweet, and even the child, one of the Culkins, is in it.
Rory Culkin. I don't know what else he's been in.
No, he's like the third Jonas brother to me. Do you know what I mean? He exists, and I forget. That sounds really mean, actually, but.
Yeah, he's gonna listen to this and he's gonna fucking come at you. Man.
No, bro. I love the Signs. I thought the writing's really good. The relationship between like the cop and Mel Gibson's character is really sweet. Obviously, she found the body. That shot of the wife on the car is like haunting.
Yeah,
the way it's lit. It reminded me of have you seen Midnight Mass?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's one of my favorite horror things ever. Anyway, there's a shot of the woman that the guy hits with the car, and it's like the sort of long shot. It's all lit, and she's lit by like blue lights and stuff, and it's really creepy. But that shot of the wife's really heartbreaking, and yeah, and it's like they say just enough as well about what happened to her to make you like be like, oh, that's rough. Like when she's currently being held together by the car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought the dialogue was all pretty good here, man. It didn't.
It felt real. It felt like a real conversation. Like Mel Gibson's reaction of being like of denial straight away. He's like, "What? So is she okay? Like, what are you saying right now?" Like, I loved it. And do you know what other scene I really like? The pantry door. When he's like, I'm in an iron about looking, and he looks and he doesn't see anything, and he like walks back, and then he decides to quickly go and look. And then that same alien obviously comes back at the end to like threaten his son. And it begs the question, like, we don't really ever see any aliens be hostile.
Yeah.
Only in that moment. And that's after Mel Gibson cut his hand off, cut his fingers off. And the movie does a great job of not showing the aliens actually hurt anyone. And you kind of go, wait a minute, are they just like, were they actually here to harm people? But then does the news report say they're harming people ever? I don't think it does.
No, it does. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's I think
they're hovering and then they land, but they are trying to break into the house, to be fair. But
yeah, it's nothing overly violent. It does so much with like kind of nothing. Not nothing, but like very little. Like they don't show you the alien until basically towards the end.
And I have to assume it's like a creative solution to maybe a budget issue.
Possibly. Like, I am not aware of the budget.
I wonder which way around it was. Was it like we had loads of money, but we decided to make a streamlined movie, or is like I want to make this really intimate story on a really cheap? I could see
going both ways. I'll find out the budget of Signs.
It really works though. Like I love the sort of
$72 million budget.
It's nothing. That's absolutely nothing.
And it made $408 million in box office.
It's the same as like Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
You know how you'll just spend all this time in this grounded house, right? I loved it, man. Do you know, fun little fact about Signs, little trivia for you. So Mark Ruffalo was meant to originally play Joaquin Phoenix's character.
Yeah, I saw that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and I think it would have been great. I think Mark Ruffalo's a really good actor. I like him. He's really good at doing those soft spoken like I don't know, man, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think he was a lot nicely. Joaquin Phoenix killed it. Pretty good replacement, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean he's fucking. I mean, you got two amazing actors there. Even the jokes were funny. Like even the humor of that movie was like,
dude, like the opening scene where they think it's like the neighbors or whatever trying to invade the house, and they're like, "You gotta act crazy. You gotta get crazy." Mel Gibson doesn't swear, so he's like. He says like, I'm insane with anger. I'm insane with anger.
Yeah, so funny, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like I've heard criticism aimed at M. Night being like, his dialogue is unbelievable. This is like the exact opposite of all of that. This is a pretty, I don't know, it's a pretty believable film. If an alien invasion would have happened, I can imagine a family being like this.
Yeah. It's like just getting back to just getting on with your life, turning off the TV. I like also it led into that like theme of like spectacle when there's shit on TV and how you're glued to it when there's big news reports. And how is it really a good idea? Like Joaquin Phoenix's character, like that image of him being like under the stairs watching it is like really funny because it's like like he's just like hooked.
Yeah, I enjoyed the slight religious stuff about it as well. I don't know. It's nice. I think.
Go on. Sorry.
Religion in film is a very interesting one because it's in a lot of stuff. It's just I don't know. It's kind of a cheap pop for me when I see someone exploring their own religion or coming to terms with their own faith. I think.
Yeah. I like that. Also, he like obviously renounces his God for like 6 months, and then aliens literally come to Earth, proving that aliens exist, and my guy goes back to it.
Yeah.
After.
I guess he's like, if aliens can exist, why not God?
Exactly.
That's kind of beautiful.
I think that's kind of the beauty of it. Is he's like, if these aliens can come to Earth, then so can God. But I guess it's more the signs that led to that, like all the things that led to that moment where his son survived. Also looking at some of the trivia, like it was PG-13. And it was actually they pushed the boundary quite far, and the original cut was R-rated. And so it says that the the aliens had different noises, which did not make it into the final product. The aliens sounded more demonic. With this change alone, this movie would have been an R-rated based on the terror, because they sounded quite demonic.
Oh wow!
Like so,
fucked up all these noises.
Yeah. But
release the noise cut.
Yeah, and then they edit it out because they didn't want the movie to be too dark. But some of the things about aliens were kept demonic. But apparently, it says Signs got away with a lot for a PG-13. But there are, I think in the trailers, it says here there is a trailer that exists that might have the original sound. But yeah, basically it was meant to be R-rated, and they got it down to PG-13, which is crazy because he stabs a dog.
Yeah.
There's by today's standards, I'm not sure if it's that bad, but a crazy thing that's probably why I saw it so young, because it was such a low age rating.
This is a movie that kids would love, but
it's too nuanced, bro. It's too nuanced, honestly. Because when I first watched it, I remember like two fucking things. I remember that shot of the alien walking past the TV screen, and I remember that when they're trying to break in and the doors rattling and they're running outside on the porch, and the sound design of like the wood of their little wet feet. But as a kid, I obviously skimmed over a lot of the subtext about like faith and you know, like my brain didn't even put that into the, you know what I mean? I think when I was a kid, I probably just saw him like put on his collar at the end of the movie and thought, oh, he's just going back to work. You know, he took some time off when his wife died. He's now going back to work. But yeah, I wonder if there's, I don't think they ever did like a director's cut or something, but
I would love to see with the alien demonic noises, the demonic alien noises.
There's deleted scenes.
Shit, we should watch the deleted scenes.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of the deleted scenes are brief moments where Graham's missing his wife. There's a deleted scene of him daydreaming about his wife in that final scene in the basement, which are great. Again, that basement scene. There's a couple of scenes of him tucking his kids into bed and just basically cut out a lot of the stuff about. It looks like they cut a lot of the scenes where he was talking about his wife.
Yeah, I think they conveyed his
exactly
like the grief he has without like hammering it over the head. I mean, grabbing you by the neck and saying, "You will know what this film is about."
Yeah,
but I think they conveyed it all very well, and you can kind of tell his world was shaken. He stopped becoming a pastor. I think it's the grief's all there.
I think it's due. I don't know how many genres there are like this, like movies there are about like someone who's like renounced God and finding God. I feel like a lot of these types of stories fit into like exorcism movies really well. Like I was a pope and then I saw that one thing on that horrific night and I renounced it. I never seen it like an Alien, and it made me also like really miss Alien movies, like good invasion movies.
Romulus is out.
I love Romulus. It's good.
I can't see that.
But like the quiet ones, not like the over the top ones, like the ones like this where it's like an invasion, everyone's confused and no one knows what to do. How do you feel about the water being?
I thought it was great. The contaminated water was very funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. It's like a lot of the films I love have like a weird little thing like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool.
I thought it was really clever how like it's like water is the enemy and water kills them at the end. It's like, oh, duh. But I like that earlier in the movie, Joaquin Phoenix's character makes a joke where he's like, this is like War of the Worlds. And in War of the Worlds, at the end, it's the bacteria that kills the aliens, right? They get a cold and die. So I guess that was like a little reference to that, being like, my movie is going to have a similar trajectory. It's going to be something really simple that ends up being because if you think about it, that would be like the ultimate thing that would kill people coming to Earth, right? Unless they're so advanced. But it would be all these, like COVID would freaking kill an alien. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the common cold might fuck a fucking alien off.
Exactly, and that's what gets him War of the Worlds. I just thought it was cool how they reference that as a way of, I guess it was M. Night kind of be like, look, I know that it's similar.
Yeah, I think M. Night loves to wear
reference.
from what I can tell, he loves to wear his influences on his sleeve. I remember like an interview about him talking about Old. And he said he was influenced by Akira Kurosawa. And he was to show a scene which he pretty much filmed in the exact same way like Kurosawa.
Did he really?
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
Like, so, we should watch Old. I want to see the beach that makes you old.
And then we're gonna be an M. Night fan page.
Yeah, we could. I guess we have to space this out. Become the unfriended fan page, the M. Night fan page, the Saw fan page.
Yeah.
Pulse 1, Impulse 2, Pulse 2. Let's do the Impulse remix as well. Fuck it.
Oh man, that's crazy. Any other comments about? No, Signs. I think Signs might be, just for me quick, I think Signs went from like a movie that I love to a movie that might be like in my sort of top, you know what I mean, my like upper echelon of like the Mount Rushmore of, yeah, like it's really good. I forgot how fucking really good it was.
It's very endearing, and I don't know what I was expecting, but I think it blew any expectations I had. Part of the pun right out of the water, but yeah, this I can't say enough good things about it. I gave it the old 4-star. I think it's a solid 4-star. Solid, yeah. It's a great film. So
I don't know what I gave it actually.
You know, I think I enjoyed all his M. Nightisms in this.
Big M.
Good movie, very good movie.
Yeah, I gave it 4 as well.
This is a solid score. It's a good, no, solid. It's a great score. It's a great score for a great film. Mel Gibson, you are a questionable human being. But you did a great job in this.
Yeah, this is like young, not young Mel Gibson, but it is like
he's like 40.
But it's like that sort of pre.
Is it pre the racial tirade?
Yes, thank you. That's the word of it. Yeah, pre that.
Yeah. When did the racial tirade happen?
Was it on some war movie?
Was it on a set of film? I remember listening to the voicemail as like a 12-year-old.
So Mel Gibson drama. I don't know when the fuck. How does Mel Gibson still have a career? Well, he directed Hacksaw Ridge, bro, and that movie's sick.
He was in Father Stew.
He's done a lot of movies, to be fair. Now I'm looking at this.
He's in Lethal Weapon. Was it Robin Moore Gibson? He did the voicemail to.
Really?
I don't know. His ex-wife, or it was someone he was dating.
It's 14 years ago.
In 1991, he was there was an interview where he made derogatory comments about gay people.
Oh, for sure.
He joined GLAAD to make up for this. In 2006, he did drink driving. Where's the racial title? 2010.
2010. So Mel Gibson cancellation 14 years later.
Yeah, I forgot he said that she got. He hopes she gets. I can't really say any of this, but it's a very bad thing, and there's a slur in there, and there's also a very bad crime he wishes on someone.
Oh, it's a shame, bro. I don't like Mel Gibson, but
in Hollywood for almost a decade. He came back in 2016 with Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah, people like this movie a lot.
What, Hacksaw Ridge or Signs?
Hacksaw Ridge. People like that a lot.
It is a great movie, though. Respectfully.
I'm separating off from.
I don't support the guy, but I mean, his performance in Signs is really good, regardless of what you think. But
yeah, we can use let's say, this is before that happened. We didn't know. No one knew. We ain't know, man.
I don't know the guy.
I didn't have internet. I didn't have it.
I was too young, dude. What was I doing 14 years ago? You know.
So yeah, he was in Father Stew. So if you all want to watch Father Stew, do it. I guess that's got Mark Wahlberg in it. But
Father Stew,
great movie.
Love Signs.
I love to see signs. Let's put some signs up. Let's get signs for the show.
Get some signs in the chat. Hey, yo, chat. Is this signs?